Hey guys, welcome back to Fan Fishing. My Fan Fishing. In today's episode, so this is my version of Back to the Future Part 4. Now, I'm gonna make this story up as I go along so I can tell it. So, so the first thing. Now, we begin in the movie. It's been. Well, we begin with our old friend. We begin on the streets of Hill Valley in the year 2015. A black truck arrives from the airport. It's our old friend. We first drive to Oakland Valley Cemetery, where we see that his father and Biff have both died. And that the tenants are still around, but they're not well anymore. That the tenants are well, but not that well anymore. That the tenants are doing well, but not that anymore. And basically, Marty, he has a band called Flash Gorilla. Well, that a big popular band. He have a billion dollars worth in money. Now Marty visited Lorraine for another reason besides his father dying a few weeks ago was to find records. He looked. He goes. He goes immediately to sleep because he decided to take a quick. He also, but it was only 10. It was only. It was only a while. In terms of how much time passed between him going to the Oakland Valley Cemetery and pulling into line, it was four. It was 4:30 p.m. I mean, it was 4:30 p.m. on his smartwatch, and then it took several hours to get there with his black truck. Actually, while the black truck gets, that's when we actually see the opening credits of the movie. We actually see the opening credits of the movie, that when we actually see it. And then Marty sips on Pepsi and stuff. And then Marty is here for a reason. Not because his 15th tour didn't go over well. Because ever since 2005, ever since 2000, he's been looking for a very old friend of his. You know him. You love him. He's the creator of time travel. Dr. Emmett L. Brown. Where is Doc, by the way? Well, he's not in the graveyard because no grave has existed yet for Dr. Brown. And Marty said in these words in that part, Doc, you would like to be. But then again, it had been 15 years since we last saw Doc. It's been 15 years since we last saw Doc. Dr. Emmett L. Brown. He spent all of his life looking for Dr. Emmett L. Brown. He spent most of his life looking for him. Marty looked everywhere, in every record he could find online and in bookstores and in record rooms of anyone that seen Doc. He ultimately concluded that he was dead. But then he had a flashback. We have a flashback at this point in the movie. To, to, to the year in question, 2000. Doc, are you sure you should be experimenting with that? Silence, Marty. Wow, I've never known you to be that bad, Doc. I'm sorry, Marty. I'm sorry, Marty. I didn't mean to. I'm just kind of working on something, and I want complete silence on it. It's okay, Doc. And Marty replied back that you need complete silence for this invention. And then he asked Marty for some silence. As Marty stand back to watch it, a big bolt of lightning happens. And I'm talking like the size that turned Barry Allen into the Flash. Yeah, that's how big it was. Doc? Doc? And Marty literally coughed from the amount of smoke. And when he looked, there was no sign of his friend, Dr. Emmett L. Brown. There was no sign of his friend anywhere. But then, and also something I would like to change is that Doc had another DeLorean after even the one that didn't get destroyed. This version is still around somewhere. This version is still around. That version, and Marty literally says, as he finds Jennifer while looking for the Hill Valley, like record, saying, Jennifer, what are you doing here? Jennifer turns out had not been doing well the last years, and she got fired from several jobs over the years, and this is the only job she has left. And Marty says, I'm sorry. What was it to you? We could have gotten married. I always wanted to be a father. But did you not see Doctor? As they reference the fact that they never got married because of what they saw in Back to the Future. As they reference the fact that they never got married because of what they saw in Back to the Future Part 2. Marty said, it's about time we might have gotten married. As she thinks about it, and then she said, maybe. And then she almost tripped on a shelf. And she said, are you okay, Marty? No, no, Marty was the one. And she said, I'm okay, fine, all fine. Doc? No go. We haven't found anything related to. the dock anywhere. As Marty began to find home, but lose hope that Doc is no longer just a figment of a mind, Jennifer looks through the records of everyone named Doctor, of every doctor there was in Hill Valley, and then finds Doc, Dr. M.L. Brown, genius scientist. To find Dr. M.L. Brown, famous scientist. Hold on. Anyway, they find and just then, before they find the letter, a robot comes from the year 2885 to kill Marty McFly, and this robot is made by a Tannin. Why would a Tannin want to kill the McFly? Because, like how I said, the Tannin and the Tannins are not that well compared to the McFly because of Marty. Why am I just... And anyway, she as they read the letter from Doc, they're interrupted by that killer robot I mentioned. They wanted to kill Marty McFly. They quickly get out of there, and then Jennifer they find something else from Doc, a location from Doc. As they go to an old Hill Valley farm, and then they find it. And then they said they couldn't believe their eyes what they looked at. They found the DeLorean. They found the DeLorean. And Marty said, Jennifer, they might sound crazy, but the DeLorean was not the voice. This is another version. There were two versions of the DeLorean. The one that got smashed. There were three. The one that took Marty to the future in the first place, and then the one... There was actually many different... This is DeLorean 2.0. This one relies on as time circuits on radiation look good. Look at the bad boy at 88 mile per hour to see to take us to 19 to where we need to go. I might do that one for this show because I can't find it anywhere. Guys, forget you didn't hear that. I don't care what region. Anyway, Marty goes to... Turns out Doc is planted in 1885 As they go to 1885, the robot followed them. And then that leads to Doc and Marty being reunited in 1885 before Doc asked what year were you from? What year are you from? They said the year 2015. And Doc wondered how it was this year because of how much different. Doc explained that was the current point of view from an alternate history, yada 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 yada. He basically did that for an entire theme. Marty and Jennifer both looked at each other. Jennifer sat in the back seats, basically. And then Marty said, "Can we take you back to..." No. Doc explained another thing that they almost fell asleep. And that's why you should never bring... But do send me back to 2000... But please, send me back to 2000. And the day later, and I can just say I've been working all night to Clara and the boys. But then what was that explosion they heard? I can just say I time traveled with you and Jennifer. Okay, Doc. Let's do it. Let's go back. But, right, they were... All McFlys will be exterminated. Marty McFly, you will be exterminated. Like... A Doc didn't understand what was possibly going on. You will be exterminated. And then Jennifer told him. Doc and Marty quickly build something using the stuff that they have in the DeLorean. And to build... Thank Doc. I was the last. As Doc said... As Doc basically told Marty, emergency, need more help, 2085. As the robot shut down, they heard the year 2085. $2085? Doc, could that be the year that I'm from? Yes. 2085. So why don't we just go to the year 2085? That way we'll count on. Guys, they've never released the other Gravity Falls journals too, which kind of makes some sense because unlike jump number 3, as they find a Doc, Yoshi might. It turns out that Tannen, just like the guy in the Doctor Who episode, which I'm basing it most of the stuff on, like, turns out because of an accident that happened in 2005. that Marty McFly was involved with changed the course of history. But Marty said I wasn't there. I was off with Flash Gorilla. Well, he replied back. That Tannen said, yes. Then who? Look like we have to make another trip through time. When are we going home? Doc? As Jennifer said, Doc tried to figure out what was exactly going on with the retirement. Duplicate was there a depression of a time spell? Was there a depression of a timeline? As Doc wrapped his brain around what this hand said, he called Marty. I'm back. Doc. And me? He's from the future. Sure. But that's for one problem. Well, what did you... They arrived the day before time. What's about... Like, continue to watch it. The history. Aha. As they figure out what was the problem, well, they make sure that it didn't happen by stopping. Turns, and then Jeff, and then the real mastermind behind all of this was an old enemy of Doc. Had many enemies. The guy that Doc named, the guy named Walter Wisdom was behind all of it. The guy named Walter Wisdom was behind all of it. And then Doc, by doing all that, Wisdom was experiencing the effect of Back to the Future. Where when he came back to his own time, he was behind bars. And then another flash of lightning. But this time, when Marty wakes up with a headache. And then he and Jennifer don't remember a thing. He and Jennifer wake up in two separate beds on the opposite. As then we have a fake wait just a few days later when Marty McFly and Jennifer are walking down the aisle. They're walking down the aisle. Would you, Marty, take this woman to be lovely? And then they all said yes. And then the movie ends with all of the characters with Back to the Future. And then we get a post-credit scene in the end where we see Marty's son knowing about time travel from his parents. And then Doc Brown finally died of old age with his wife and children in the year, with Clarabelle in the year 2055. In the year 20, how many died? Doc Sally died of old age in the year 2018 with Jennifer. And we end. Jules and Byrne continue their father's legacy of going through time to make sure time. But as we end the movie with Doc being put in the other two at the graveyard, Martin said something. If it weren't for Doc, we would have never got married. If it weren't for Doc, we end the movie with another generation. When Jules took, we got even more forward in time to the year 2050. When Jules invites on Mr. Fly to see his version of time travel, so the loop begins again. So we end the series the way it started, with an old man and his invention and a McFly. That's how I would have ended Back to the Future Part 4. And as the camera closes, we see Doc and Marty looking at their future selves and saying, wow. That's what's going to happen as they go back to the future. As they go back to the past, to the year that they're from. Well, we end the movie with Jennifer being pregnant. And then that's how it will end this incredible 4-part series titled Back. As we close the movie, as this hasn't been my own interpretation of Back to the Future Part 4. So let me know. No, did you like it or not? As always, stay tuned for the next episode of season 5, and I might remake some parts of that season 5 out. But until then, I'm not fun, and I will see you later.